Hello, welcome. We're doing Bethenny Frankel. Oh boy, Bethenny. It's hard to believe I used to love her. Love her.
I still love you.
But you know, feelings can change. So, dear old Beth was born November 4th, 1970 in New York, New York. I don't know the time. So, I don't know her rising. I don't know what houses all of these things are in. Let's do it.
On what scale do you think I care about your opinion of me? Honestly, like a 0 to 10, like where do you think I fall in?
Alrighty. So in case you didn't know, she's a Scorpio. Oh boy, is she a Scorpio.
Ass handpick every battle. You never give people the benefit of that. You pick everybody. And to talk about me, of all people, behind your back, I don't talk about you behind your back, ever. I am a good friend to you. I get your back, and you should not have talked about me behind my back. You are wrong. So just say I'm sorry, and it will be done.
Bethenny has the Sun, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, and Neptune all in Scorpio, all working together, all making her a lot. She's an intense lady. She's an intense lady.
Define a chef and define a cook. I just want you to define it.
No, chef is the one that works at a restaurant.
No, this chef's at the back right here serving our food. They don't work in a restaurant. This isn't a restaurant.
Yeah, but she's a hired chef. She's a renowned hired chef.
So I've been hired to be a chef.
I have no idea. I don't know anyone that...
Then don't say it if you don't know. Own it. It was you. Stop. You started it. Stop it. Everyone's seeing it, and it's you. So stop the bullshit. Right now.
What are you doing?
That was you.
What are you doing?
It was you that started
No,
it.
don't do
No,
it.
you started it.
No, I didn't. What are you doing right now?
You started it.
She dives deep into something. So that can be, you know, if you're processing things well in your life, that's diving deep into your emotions and figuring stuff out.
Dennis passed away 3 weeks ago in his apartment. I've never in my life experienced this moment, this feeling, this hysteria. You know, someone told me that he fell the day before on a boat, and then did he take something because he was in pain? But it doesn't matter, he's dead. It doesn't matter, let's figure out what happened. Let me put the pieces of the puzzle together. Somebody tell me how bad they feel. His daughter, his son, he was doing this last week. He wrote me 50 texts, he wanted to marry me. I have a ring on my finger. He's dead, it doesn't matter, he's gone, there's nothing to say. Time is healing the wounds a little more than I thought. It's going faster. And then I feel guilty. How could you be having fun when Dennis is dead? But I'm trying to do what he would want me to do.
It can also be just diving deep into stubbornness or into your own nonsense.
She doesn't have a career.
I had a 15-year career at ABC News. I left. I wrote 2 books.
Which is a long time, 15 years. 2 books, yeah, that's
I
right.
had 2 years that I worked for Glamour magazine. I did a monthly column.
Is this the resume?
Well, I'll put my
Why are you
resume
being so
up against
negative?
yours
Let's
any
do
day
it.
of the week. You are the one that said on television that I don't have a career. Do you
And
know
you
what
don't.
that is? Shaming and
But you
demeaning.
don't have a career.
But it's deep. Something very, very big for Scorpio is viewing life as a battle. Life is meant to be won or lost. It is not fun. It's less of thinking about, it's just a battle. Everything is a fight. Everything is meant to be conquered and overcome. There's nothing that's just, wow, what a nice sweater. I think I'll put it on. Let's move on with our day. Everything is, was it this sweater? If I wear this sweater, somebody's gonna say this, but if I wear this sweater, I just can't win. I just can't win. That, an example.
Just sometimes I feel like no one can get a word in edgewise, that's all.
Somehow I feel like you can get a word in wherever you want.
Really?
Yeah, and if you can't, then you better do better. Why are you f***ing up a good thing?
Bethany, please,
no, but
please.
just say it to my face. Honestly.
You know a lot, you're a know-it-all. There you go. I think you're a know-it-all.
Maybe I know it all.
What the heck happened with you and Heather? Because Heather's like...
She thinks I'm a know-it-all, which maybe true. Maybe I don't know it all.
But it does also have to do with being tenacious and being a warrior. Like, you know, it's also fair to say that life is a little bit of a battle for Scorpio. There can be just obstacles that are there in your life to start with, and does make life a little bit harder in general, just like from the jump of it.
When you grew up abused,
Oh my God, you're 60 years old. I grew up abused, so stop. I don't have a mother to call about this or a family member to call about this, so it's just, I don't want to be dealing with this right now. My real daddy's not alive and my mommy is alive. Well, I want to meet her. And I'm like, oh my God. And I phoned her and she picked up and I just went into it.
When was the last time you had talked to her?
I mean, it has to be 15 years.
Wow. Were you mourning the loss of the marriage?
It was everything. It was, yes. It was the way. It was the memories of moving in there and what it meant. And it was the first thing I've ever purchased in my life. And then it was memories there. And then it was the disintegration of this marriage. And then it was how disgusting the divorce was. And all for naught.
There's a lot of facing your fears. There's definitely fighting for like specific causes, like, you know, with Puerto Rico, that's definitely a good channeling of Scorpio energy for her. But yeah, there is also, you know, Scorpio, the scorpion, they're gonna sting you.
Are you getting engaged?
So good.
Oh, no. There's nothing like planned. Because I got my wedding dress at Amsala, and they told me that you went looking for wedding dresses. Oh my God, totally not for real. My mother is a freak. She was in town and she loves to do things like that. But like it wasn't real.
It's like going to like try out coffin. Like, you know, you got your tits hanging out, your hair down to here, you got crazy eyes, you got fucking chicken in your purse, drinking fucking rosé behind the couch, screaming that it's cold in here. You're a horror show. When you start being successful at something, call me back. You jump on your other friends' arguments and kind of don't have your own identity and are kind of operated and moved by somebody else pulling the strings. Yes? Did I use the word puppet? No. Welcome door to come back.
I got fired.
Right, and that's why you're so bitter.
Yeah, not bitter at all. No, I landed in a better place.
Right, exactly. That's what they all say. Right, but...
No, I really did.
No,
I really did. Like, I'm happy.
You said it. You opened the door, baby. Don't come for this bee unless you want to get shut.
I mean, don't ask me if you don't want my honest opinion, you know what I mean?
Okay.
There's a lot of trust issues with just Scorpio as a concept. You know, they get very, very, very deep, so there is sometimes more often than not, so more often than not, they'll be less likely to give their trust.
Therapy, I don't want to help.
Bethany wants to be her own solution. She wants to figure it out on her own.
Besides the sun, the Jupiter, the things that she's just gonna grow and expand. Scorpio. With Mercury, the way that she expresses herself is very intense. And on the flip side, it can sometimes also seem that she's not being expressive at all and maybe putting a wall up because she has gone into a more internal figuring stuff out place. So, you know, the outside, well, you know, it can be more removed. There's other things in her chart that help her remove herself. But there can be that side of Scorpio as well. But it is a very intense communicator.
I'm telling you to your face, I don't like you, I don't trust you, and I think you're a snake. You excuse me? Yes, that's what I really think.
What is the matter with you?
It's true. It's what I really, from my bottom of my soul, feel. I feel that you are a non-trustworthy, competitive snake that gives compliments that are dicks.
Venus, that's also how she is in relationships. It can be a deeply, deeply caring sign. And you know, the way that you'll want to connect is on a very intense level. She's not really here for, she's not here for fake friendships. It doesn't mean that maybe she didn't have them on the show. But in her real life, she's not really here for that.
I texted you, I missed you, I feel like you're being cold, and I sent a picture of us. You go, wow, that's a lot.
I said, this is too big of a conversation for text messaging. And she did not stop texting.
You seem like you're more into yourself and your hair and your style and your fashion and Tinsley and selfies, and you weren't like that before.
Selfies?
Yes.
You're saying that I'm selfish and self-interested.
Listen, it just got to a 10 and it didn't need to. And
Okay, let's bring it down to a 7.
I want it to be a 0. I don't want it to be anything.
We're in a really bad dynamic where everything I say sets you off, everything you say sets me off, and we're both like this.
I've never had this, is why I'm freaking out. It's like losing a family member. I've never experienced this. I have nothing else to give. I'm emotionally bereft, and I think most relationships shouldn't require this much work.
And then Neptune, dreamy little guy in Scorpio. It's, you know, her desires run very deep. Her wishes she's willing to fight for and, you know, battle her way to get what she wants. And I think she did. Yes, so all of that is happening all the time for her. No wonder she's an intense lady. So let's look at the moon. The moon is over here in Capricorn. Of course she's a Capricorn moon. As is every other housewife, apparently. But Capricorn moon, they're very determined as well. They're very likely to work hard. They, you know, want to get to the top.
I was a personal assistant to Jerry Bruckheimer, worked for Lauren Michaels, Kathy, Paris, and Nikki Hilton. Then I moved on to become a natural food chef and had my company Bethenny Bakes, wheat, egg, and dairy free. Created the fastest growing liquor brand in history, the first ever ready to drink alcohol.
And I was the first person to put that skinny girl hard hat on, and I had your back about skinny girls before I even met you.
You can put that on your resume.
I don't want to put. I don't need to put that on my resume, Bethany.
Con Agra with denim jeans launching in.
And then the skinny girl jeans. That's
May have been on the cover of Forbes magazine.
They don't love showing their emotions, so that can also be part of the, you know, sometimes seeming removed part. But certainly she shows emotion.
If I get into it, I will be laying on this floor sobbing. I don't want to get into anything. I just want the wallet.
Don't get upset.
You never checked in on Dennis, not once.
What are you talking about?
You never asked about Dennis.
You
never
kidding
asked.
me? I did.
You never asked. No,
Of
you
course
don't.
I did.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I hear you. Okay, good. I understand that you're disappointed, and I got it. Noted.
So what?
I don't feel the need to give you an explanation.
Wow. Really, Bethany?
Yeah, really.
There is also a caretaking quality to a Capricorn moon. It might be more like physical care or like giving money or, you know, providing, as opposed to just being, you know, a presence. But another thing that can also happen with Capricorn is they can get rather tightly wound, and they can also view everything as a task that needs to be checked off rather than just going through life with any sort of relaxing element to it.
Well, I'm the type of person that just plows through when it's on the calendar. You know, my calendar is like a cobweb and it's just packed.
Bethany has 2 speeds, wound tighter than a top and crying. And you're never quite sure which one you're gonna get.
Okay, so another big boy here is Saturn. It's sitting in Taurus and it is opposite many of her Scorpio placements. So Saturn, you know, it's the planet of, again, limits and, you know, having to work through things and authority and, you know, just growing up and being an adult. It's Saturn. So having it in Taurus, there is more of a responsibility given to resources. So she can maybe be a little bit miserly with it. That is a version of Taurus Saturn. There can also be, you know, just needing to get as much as you can of resources and things of value, and needing to feel very secure in order to stand in an authority.
You are saying that you are coming out with a brand called Tipsy Girl, right?
Yeah,
so
with two partners.
So Saturn and Venus are definitely in opposition with each other. So there can be some tension, unresolved tension between how she is in relationships and her need for security. She could put the security maybe above a relationship or vice versa.
Here's the situation. The situation is the following. You've asked me before for business advice, and I told you, I am actually just personally hurt. I don't care. You can't affect my business at all. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna finish talking. I'm gonna finish talking, and then you can say whatever you want to say. But I put my neck out for you, brought you into my world, into my brand summit. I'm completely insulted, and I don't want anything to do with you.
But when they work together well, first of all, they can also be extremely stubborn signs. These are both very stubborn signs. So that plays a part in it. But she can dig into the emotional side, she can dig into that working hard side, and she might have a tough time balancing those parts of her life, the part that needs to work, and the part that needs to, be in relationship.
I think you're a fraud. Because you've come up with 6 fake businesses and no one buys any of it. It's all bullshit. From the toaster to the cabriolesque to the jeweler that I introduced you for your jewelry. It's not bullshit.
I sold a $10,000 diamond bracelet to a guy I don't even know.
I'm sure. I know. Is he part of the Nigerian football team, or is he from
perfume?
Shad? Yeah.
I'm finally getting the contract together for the perfume.
Okay, I don't believe any of it. Sonia starts crying, and I feel badly for her, but you can't play stupid and smart.
And there is also some fear with Saturn of not being sure that you have enough, not being sure that you are really safe and supported. That can also definitely come up with Saturn. So in Taurus, it's about resources and maybe being afraid it'll all go away.
The way it comes, walks away as if surf instructors grow on trees. Okay, I'll pay. Well, how come I'm the poor one? I'm always paying for everybody. I just want to know. Always, every time. She's like, darling, someone needs to get us a drink. I'm like, what am I, a waiter now? Always. That's how you get rich, I think.
I will throw in quickly. She has her North Node in Aquarius. So she is supposed to, forge her own path and, need to rebel and need to do her own thing. And I think that's coming up for her as being a YouTuber or a podcaster. I don't know. She's decided that she needs to take down Bravo for some unknown reason. So maybe that's her rebellion. Biting the hand that feeds.
You have a Rewives podcast.
Right.
I said I thought it was kind of hypocritical of you because you've been trashing the Housewives publicly for the last 3 years to now go deep on the Housewives.
Okay, well, that was dear old Beth. She's just tight. She's just a tight woman. A massagist won't help. I don't know what would help relax her, honestly. Probably solving actually that Saturn-Venus tension of it's good. We're here. We've made it. We're safe. It's okay. I don't know. But yeah, God, I f***ing loved Bethenny. Loved her. And now I don't really pay attention to her, but you hear things. So yeah, that was Bethenny. You should probably subscribe. Love you, bye.